Lucky Craft finally brings back the best baits for ponds and small waters, the LC 0.5 and 0.5 DD. New JDM colors from Evergreen Japan in the Shower Blows and Flat Force. And finally, the latest limited edition Respect Series drop. This is Hakusei Muddy Gori Copper from Megabass. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. What is up, my friends? I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, aka the Tackle Otaku, being filmed by my buddy at G-Sticks Bespoke. Griff? What are you doing here, dude?
Film master.
Where the hell is Jeff?
Who cares?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, let's get rid of that guy. Jeff is off in Texas trying to catch some big ones because he can't catch any fish here in Arizona. Loser. But we're here. Orion is cold. Cheers, my friend. Happy Sunday. You can drink with me today?
No.
So it's just like having Jeff here.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully someone at home will drink with me. Nothing but the finest Orion from Okinawa. Now, huge shout out to our buddy Joe. This is a special edition. Check that out. Is it Orion? Or is it the special Hookup Tackle brew? Super sick decals, Joe. Thank you very much. Cheers, my friend. I owe you a beer next time you're in town. All right. Great week this week. We got a lot of exciting things in, a lot of restocks, a lot of new items, a lot of limited edition items. So let's jump in. Are you ready, Griff?
I'm ready.
Okay. So let's start right here with the latest Respect Series drop from Megabass. This is the limited edition Hakusei Muddy Gori Copper. Okay, so this is the latest drop. Now, I will run through all of the baits with you guys, make sure you can see it. Now, I'm really excited for this color. Because this is about a month late, right? So I'm kind of jonesing to have my next Respect Series in my box. But the other reason is this is just a super dope color. It's a color that Megabass doesn't really make much shades like this, so it's pretty dope. So Hakusei Muddy Gori Copper was originally made in 1994. They made it to imitate like a goby, a bottom-dwelling bait fish. It was only made up until now in the Live X Leviathan. So this is the first time that you're seeing it in these new baits. So basically you have this beautiful kind of copperish bronze kind of color, like a smallmouth or goby type color. It has some dots on the top, and it has this beautiful kind of blue pearl on the bottom. It's totally transparent, so when I hold up to light I can see right through it. So it's just going to have this great shade. If you guys are fishing smallmouth, it could look like a baby smallmouth, it could look like a baby carp, but obviously it looks like a goby as well, which is what they designed it to look like. So there you go, Hakusei Muddy Gori Copper. Okay, there it is in an Itovision 110. Let me fly through all the baits with you so you guys know what it's available in. So Itovision 110 is available in that. This is my first time going through it too, so this is kind of exciting for me. Itovision 110 Junior, available in that guy. He looks sick in the Junior, doesn't it? What do we got? Ooh, Live X Margay Tungsten. So a little finesse jerkbait, super sick.
Right.
Yep. Oh, one of your favorites, the X80 Junior. Did you already get this one?
No, I haven't. This is my first time seeing him too.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Yeah.
This is cool. So we're all seeing it for the first time together. So there's that guy. Let's dig into my box of tricks, see what we get. Oh, the Live X Leviathan. So that's the original bait that it was made in 1994. Live X Revenge. So that's cool that they brought it back in those baits. So if you guys aren't familiar, I spec'd them all out online, but this is a 90 millimeter 3/8 ounce suspending jerk bait. So great for just getting that little deeper water. Shake it up a little bit. You see it okay, Griff?
Yeah.
Okay. We see it, of course, in some topwater baits. You see it in the Pop X. I know, it looks so sick. There's got to be a Pop Max in here somewhere, too. Oh, yeah, there it is. Pop Max. We know it's going to sell in 2 seconds, but it's an easy one to take out, so why don't I take it out? Oof. Yeah, super dope. Super sick. Okay, so there's the Pop Max. What do we got? Deepex 200 LBO. Glad they brought that one back. Also in a Deepex 100 LBO. Looks so dope in that little guy, doesn't it?
That one's dope.
Yeah. Little pearl comes through on the belly. Looks sick. And what else we got in here? Another little crankbait. SRX Griffon. And finally, the ORC, the Overrev Crank. So there you go. There is the line. This is a one-time offering. So one-time drop in this color from Megabass. Once they're gone, they're gone. They will not make this again. So if you guys have been waiting, or if this color speaks to you, definitely grab these quick. They always sell out very, very fast. So if you've been waiting on this, go get them now, and then come back and hang with us, have a beer, chill, enjoy the rest of the episode, because there's some other dope stuff, so don't miss it. So guys, cheers. Thank you for being patient on the Respect series. Happy Sunday, everybody. All right, let's keep going. All right, while we are on Megabass, a huge shipment from Megabass Japan came in this week. Mostly restock, but a lot of really important colors that you guys have been waiting on some baits, as well as some rods. Also some new color drops on some items. So let's fly through it really quick, and then we will move on to some other things. So one of our best-selling tailspins, the Megabass Nautilus. This is a bait that a lot of you guys have implemented in your arsenal. It's designed in their saltwater line, but it's an amazing just all-around tailspin because it's a line through. So we don't see that many line throughs. It's got a great custom-shaped blade on the back of it. We see 3 new colors this week. So we see G Teaser. We see M Katakuchi RB. That one looks dope. And I've already had 3 sips of Orion, so I'm shaky. We see G Akakin. So if you guys like that golder color. So 3 new colors in the Nautilus available now. We also see a big restock this week in the Prop Darter 80. So this is a really nice, finessey topwater bait. Do you ever throw the Prop Darter?
Yeah, all the time.
And why do you choose it? I know you're a huge wake bait guy, topwater guy. When do you choose this one over other?
I throw this one like pre-spawn when they're not chasing heavy.
Okay.
Like it moves so slow and it's so subtle.
Yep.
They kill it.
Yeah, so this guy is designed to be super finessey, right? As Griff just mentioned, it's quiet. You can see, I pulled this color out so you can see it easily. It has these 2 little glass beads in the top that are designed to give it the sound of just like shad clicks is what we refer to it as. But you can hear it's just kind of that high-pitched click. It's designed to imitate the sound of like a shad's spine as it's clicking in colder water, right? So very finessey, very subtle, but just a great topwater bait. So this guy comes back in all the key colors this week from Megabass. Okay, we also see a big restock this week in the Megabass SRX Griffon. So we saw the NRX Griffon a couple weeks ago come back. The SRX Griffon, which is the shallower version, returns. So this is the 43 millimeter quarter ounce. This is just a great one for fishing like down to about 6-7 feet. So if you guys are just running bank with it, just a great small bodied crankbait, nice and loud, right? So great to have these guys back. Those return. And we see a return in a bunch of the key colors in the X80 Trick Darter. So all the MOJ colors return, colors like M Blueback Okawa, M and Max, those return in that guy. We also see some key colors in the Deep X 100, including Gilco. So Gilco is just, in my opinion, it's the best bluegill color they make.
Ever.
Yeah, it's just such a sexy little bluegill color. It's transparent, it's got all the shades, and it's a color that every time we get in a bait, it flies out of here. So if you guys have been waiting on the little crankbait in that, scoop that up now. We also see Gilco return in the ORC Burning Shad. So this is another great wake bait, small little profile. And the Burning Shad comes back in all colors. So all the gill colors are back in that. We also see a return in the ORC. So all the colors of that return, colors like Spawn Killer, Kasumi Ito, those are all back in stock now from Japan. And while we're on wake baits, we also see a return of all the Japan colors in I-Jack. So colors like Crystal Pink, Galaxy Gill, those all return. The I-Jack is the really loud, loud single knocking wake bait. Again, it's designed to fish nice and slow. It has a triangular lip to it, so it's going to give you a very precise movement and a great side-to-side movement where you can hear that knock. It's really great wake bait. I love fishing the I-Jack this time of the year as we get into the colder water, as the fish start to slow down. A great like end of fall, early winter wake bait for you guys. All those back in stock. All right, and Griff, just a really quick note as to why we're going to specifically talk about some of these like just returns of onesie, twosie colors. Supply is a nightmare. And supply and production is going to be a huge challenge for these brands over, I'm guessing, probably over the next year, probably at least. So, you know, where we used to be able to, you know, bring in 30, 40 colors a month in some baits from Japan, you know, now just production is completely capped. You know, we're only seeing runs of 1, 2 colors at a time, and sometimes there's huge month spans in between. So we're just going to let you guys know as they come in. If there's specific colors you've been looking for, you're going to want to grab them. And if you're not seeing certain colors, you know, it's just production is awful, right? So do not miss. Don't wait until the season. Like if, you know, gill colors work great for you in February and March, and you're like, it's October, I'll wait till February and March, they'll be gone. Okay, so just giving you guys heads up. That's the importance of, you know, staying on top of our Instagram feed on this. I just want to make sure you guys have every chance to see what's coming through. We're going to transition that into soft plastics because this is a bait that I love throwing. I know a lot of you guys love throwing, and that's the Megabass Hazedong Shad in 3-inch. Now, these are a nightmare right now for production. This is going to be a problem bait. So if you guys are Hazedong Shad throwers, you definitely want to scoop these up as you see them come in. And these are coming in as big a batches as we could get, but they're very small batches compared to what we normally get in. So if you guys have been waiting, we do see some Japan colors, Western blue, green pumpkin blue, black silver flake. Those all return this week from Japan. We also see some other soft plastics. The Megabass Tournament Crawler returns in all sizes. So the 3.5, the 4.5, the 5.5. Tournament Crawler is a great drop shot bait, really designed for Neko rig, so it's a great one for that. It's got just a lot of movement to it, just a very unique shape. So those all return from Japan this week. And then we also see the return of the Japan sizes and colors in the bottle shrimp. So that would include the 3-inch and the 2.4-inch size. So the 3-inch is a great, you could Ned rig it, you could put on a jig trailer, you could drop out, all kinds of things you can do with this. You can Neko rig it. The 2.4 is a great small little finesse size. So just a great all-around crawfish imitation. All those return as well. And then we also see a return of the 5/8 ounce in the SV-3 spinnerbaits. The 5/8 is the Japan only size. So if you guys have been waiting, you know, we've been catching a lot of fish on spinnerbaits, burning a spinnerbait. In fact, Jeff and I made an episode that we'll drop this week, kind of walking through everything we do on the burning of spinnerbait technique. But this is my go-to size. So if you guys have been waiting on pearl shad, cotton candy, the fire red, any of the key colors, those are all back from Japan. We also see the first restock in probably close to a year on these guys. This is the Megabass feathered teaser hooks. Now, this is one of our favorite feathered trebles, mainly because you can get it in multiple sizes and multiple colors. So you can get colors like pro blue, khaki, white, chartreuse, black, red, right? You can really fine tune your feathered teaser hook for your topwater baits, for adding it to a jerk bait when the fish are following it. So lots of great colors and sizes back finally from Megabass Japan. We also see a return of a cool little gadget. This is a gadget that I use all the time. This is the Megabass line cutter. Now, this is basically just a little snip, but it's cool, obviously, because it says Megabass on it, all right? Everything that says Megabass is cool. But this is one that I just put on a little, you know, zip pull, little zinger. I wear it on my shore bag. I always have it handy just for cutting line. It's nice and small and cool. So those return if you guys are shore fishing, you know, bank fishing, trout fishing, any of that stuff. This is a super dope little accessory to get. So those return as well. All right, and then finally to wrap up the Megabass restock, we see a return of the Megabass leather reel protectors. So we see both colors return this week. We see the black and the red. These are just the great bait casting reel protectors. They have the Megabass hit on the side. Your choice for either black leather or red leather. So those are back. And then we see a big restock in the clear pouches. So the small returns, the medium returns, the large returns. These are just great storage bags. They're inexpensive for a JDM pouch like this. The large is great for storing tools or bulk plastics, mag drafts, that kind of stuff. The medium and the small both have these. Let's just open one up. The medium and small both have an internal pocket in there as well. So these are great for organizing. Like I use the small to store like my 3-inch spark shads, and I can put Okashira heads in here. But however you guys want to utilize them or whatever you want to use them for, they're just very handy, great storage pouches. So available in all sizes again from Megabass, the clear pouches. All right, Griff, we were just talking about burning a spinnerbait, right? And one of the things that I love to add to my spinnerbait when they are feeding on small bait is the Genius Project Plus blade. These have been out of stock for a while. They are back in all colors. So the silver, the gold, the combo, the gunmetal, everything returns in the Plus blade. It's just a very easy accessory that just clips on the front of the spinnerbait and basically gives it 4 extra smaller little blades that make it look like a little school of fish coming through. Anytime they're feeding on that micro bait or tiny bait, this is just a great thing to add. So if you guys have been waiting on those are back in stock. We see a big week from Lucky Craft this week. We see some returns of some key items, some new colors, and then some new additions for us here in the shop. So let's start with what I'm super stoked to finally see back, and that is the LC 0.5 and 0.5 DD. They're upside down. Look at you. You're so much nicer than Jeff. Jeff just lets me carry on and look like a buffoon. So thank you, Griff. Yeah, I guess I am a buffoon. So 0.5 and 0.5 DD return. Now these are super critical sizes if you guys are fishing ponds, if you're fishing small water, if you're fishing shore, or even if you're fishing a big lake and the fish are feeding on micro little bait. The 0.5 is kind of the key size and the secret size that everybody uses. So is available in a standard square bill as well as a DD version. So let me just take this out for you guys and then I will spec it out for you as well. Okay, so there you go. There is a look at the 0.5 DD. You can see how small that guy is. They're basically 1 3/4 inches, so a little smaller than 2 inches, about 3/16 of an ounce, right? So almost 6 grams. So this is definitely bait finesse territory or spinning territory. I usually just throw it on my bait finesse casting. This is, I mean, basically if I'm showing up to a pond or I'm shore fishing, this is basically on at all times. So we see a return of the key colors like Ghost Minnow, Chartreuse Shad, right? That returns as well. But we also see a new color addition of BE Gill. And we also see returns of things like TO Craw as well. So if you guys have been waiting on the 0.5, and I know a lot of you guys have, definitely scoop these up. I'm not sure when the next production run of these is going to be, so I would definitely grab them now, but those are available again from Lucky Craft. Okay, going the opposite direction into really big crankbaits, we see the addition this week of the LC 5.0 XD. So this is going to be their biggest version in an extra deep crankbait. Now, we see some new color additions like TX White Bass, Aurora Citrus. This is going to be a loud, big 1 ounce crankbait for, you know, creating a lot of commotion down there. You can see it's got the really wide lip to it, so it's going to have a nice wide wobble to it, lots of noise. Right, so very loud, very aggressive movement, but you know, if you guys live somewhere where they're feeding on, you know, shad or little white bass, yellow bass, this could be a killer color addition for you. So excited to get those in, new from Lucky Craft. We also see a big restock this week in the LV500 in a lot of key colors. Now, I would love to have the entire color line, but a lot like Megabass, this is going to come in certain color drops. So if you guys have been waiting on things like Pearl IU, you know, Spring Crawl, probably our #1 selling color. First time it's been back in months, that returns. Orange, Sexy Ghost Minnow, so on and so forth. LV500s are back. All right, and then new this week for us from Lucky Craft, we've been getting a lot of requests to expand our saltwater jerkbait lineup. I know a lot of you guys are fishing, surf for halibut and bass and corvina and striped bass and different things. Lucky Craft really dominates a lot of that surf fishing with their saltwater Flash Minnow 110. So we have brought in the entire line. The Flash Minnow 110 can be used fresh or salt, but it's 4 3/8 inches, 5/8 ounce. It's got a good dive depth of about 2 to 4 feet. It's a true suspending bait, but there's just something about this bait that those fish love in the surf. So if you guys are fishing from surf or from shore or from anything coastal saltwater, this is going to be a great one to have in the lineup. So definitely check those out. If you guys haven't been using them, those are available now. The Lucky Craft Flash Minnow 110. You like Spider-Man, dude?
Yeah.
Everybody likes Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, everybody.
So, how about some Spider-Man baits? New this week from Frog Japan. Now, remember, Frog is the company that builds all those crazy topwaters and stuff. We bring them in as we can. They did a limited edition run of some super dope Spider-Man colors. Okay, so we see it in several bait options. It was in 5 options, and if you're not following us on Instagram and TikTok of all things, you should, because Griff's been posting these all week and we've sold out of a couple of them already. But we have in stock the original skimmer. I'll take that out in a minute and show it to you. The Gazzle. And the Injun Joe. This looks like something my wife has, minus the hooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay, so let's take these out. So, Frog is a small brand in Japan, and they just make some really, really dope items. So here is a look at the original skimmer. I mean, that is Spider-Man to a T right there. So comes with double frog hooks, so you just design to fish it through cover. Of course, you can change those out of troubles if you want. It's got that single knocker in there, so if you're looking for just a unique skimming topwater bait, this could be super dope and super fun for you guys to use. The Gazzle is basically, I feel weird every time I say Gazzle. The Gazzle is a double propped bait. Again, you can rip it, you can fish it, on top again, so pretty cool. And then same thing with the Injun Joe. Now the Injun Joe is going to give you 2 color options. You have your option of Spider-Man, and then they call that black. Well, they actually call this red-blue, but it's Spider-Man and Venom. So you get your options there. So if you're looking for just some niche-y, unique, just really fun things to throw, just something that'll be cool to throw and catch a fish on, give those a look. We do expect it to be a one-time offering. We're going to try to get more because we've been having so much fun playing with them. But if they speak to you, definitely grab them quick. Available now from Frog. And then speaking of frogs, we see a huge restock in all the colors of the brand new Spro Flappin' Frog 65. So this has definitely been one of our hotter selling frogs of the last season. This is the new elastomer, thermoplastic frog that basically just buzzes on the top. Everybody gets them, I think, because of that butt plug in there. Griff's already shaking his head. He knows. But if you guys have been waiting for any of these, they are back in all colors now from Spro. All right, new this week from Gan Craft Japan. Gan Craft did a limited edition run of some special jointed claw 70s in what they're calling the areas. So these are colors specifically designed for trout. Now, use them for trout, use them for bass, use them for whatever you want. But they did a special run only for some of their key dealers, specifically with trout in mind. Now, these colors, let's just open this dude up. I always think these like pellet type colors are crazy cool, don't you?
Yeah.
So, all of these Gan Craft areas, now, if you're looking online, they'll be under our Gan Craft 70 page, and we just have them listed as areas. Now, you're going to notice that they're available in sinking and floating versions, and then they come with just single hooks. So, gone are the treble hooks. A lot of places that you guys fish for trout have very strict regulations on barbless on single hooks, don't allow trebles, right? So they come stock with decoy area barbless hooks on them. So they are ready to go right out of the package. So let me fly through some of these colors with you guys so you can check these out. Super stoked for these. And again, all these colors are going to be available in floating and sinking versions, so you can really fine tune what you want to do. Of course, if you want to fish, Griff's shaking his head. You like this guy?
Yeah, that was dope.
That one's super sick. Yeah, if you guys, want to take those single hooks off and put trebles on, you can easily do it. Just keep in mind that it's going to adjust the sink rate just slightly, so it'll speed up the sink rate of the sinker, and it will turn the floater into a slow sink. So just keep that in mind. But those are available now. Again, I don't know if we'll be able to restock these. It was supposed to just be a limited edition drop. So if they speak to you guys do any trout fishing, those are available now from Gan Craft. And while we're on Gan Craft, a lot of you guys have been asking us to expand the line, so we are going to do that for you. So we see a couple of new drops for us this week. We see the drop of the S-Shape 2.5. Now the S-Shape is a soft plastic bait that we have had in here in the past. This is the new smallest version of it, really designed as a drop shot bait, or you could put it on a little ball head. You could use it as a jig trailer. Just a super natural looking bait. Let's open one up and I can show it to you here. So there you go. It's basically just a super micro version of a jointed claw, but soft, right? So it has that single joint. So again, you can, fish it on a wacky rig. You can drop shot it. You can put it on a little ball head. You could use it as a jig trailer. Lots of different things you can do with this guy. It's available, and I think we got it in like 20 different colors or something. So yeah, the entire color range is in stock now. So if you guys are looking for just a cool little finesse soft plastic bait, this could be a great addition to your arsenal. So the 2.5 is available now. All right, and then a bait that is in Griff's lane. Dude, you should talk about this because you're the crawler master.
Yeah.
You're the crawler guy. Here, talk away. The joy crawlers are in. So here, everybody, Griff.
It's Griff. Woo! Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, so we got the Joy Crawler. So it's a jointed claw, 178. It's got the wings on it. This one's got these super thick wings on there, so you're gonna be able to move this one a lot slower.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Huh?
You're so f***ing short.
Yeah. Well,
I can barely see your head.
You're 7 feet tall, remember?
You're like 3 feet tall. You're gonna have to hold that shit up above your head. Yeah, maybe you should just stand. That's better. Honestly, that's better. Yeah, you just stand.
I'm gonna stand.
Here's one out of the box. See what happens when Jeff's not here?
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have the standard. It's gonna be the standard jointed claw 178. All they did was they added some wings to it, and you can use it like a crawler. If you know me, I'm a big fan of like the crawler style baits. I throw these all the time. I throw them all year round. I think right now for me, this one here, because it's silent, there's no internal sound on this one.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you a plopping sound, but it's gonna be really silent. It's a little bit bigger than some of the other ones I'm used to using, but it's gonna be very subtle, just plopping, and it's gonna get bit.
So why do you like the silent over? I know you love the I-wing. It's got that loud knock in it. When are you choosing a knock or silent?
So when the fish are a little bit more aggressive, I like the knock, because the knock drives them crazy and they just want to come get it. But this one, they're gonna hear that plopping on the top of the water, and they're just gonna look at it. They'll probably study it a little bit longer, but the shape of it and the fact that it's not being super aggressive and it's not moving super fast, they're gonna come get it.
Better for the more less aggressive fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, definitely. There you go.
Available now in a bunch of colors. There's like 15 colors or something over there.
There it is.
Good job, Griff.
All right.
All right, big week from Evergreen, both Evergreen USA and Evergreen International in Japan. So let's start Evergreen USA. They released some new JDM colors in their Combat Crank series of crankbaits, or as we call them here in the US, the CR series, right? So they come now in all the sizes. So they've been doing some random drops in Just a couple of the depth sizes, but now we see them in everything. So CR6, CR8, CR10, and those numbers are referring to the dive depth that they're trying to get to. So if you guys like throwing, this is a great crankbait you should definitely add in your arsenal. Casts great, swims great, but all the new colors are available now from Evergreen. All right, we also see a big week in Japan-only colors from Evergreen Japan in the Shower Blows Shorty. Now, these colors are really only made a couple of times a year, so once they sell out, we're usually out of them for quite a while. So if you guys love throwing the Shower Blows Shorty, or the SB-105 as we refer to it here in the US, this would be a great bait to add. So a bunch of really sexy colors in this thing. So you can see that some of these colors have these little flash inserts in them, which is super dope. Just gives them some kind of 3D depth to it. So I think you guys will really like this. You know, we throw the Shower Blows a lot, so there's some great color options in here. Even just straight like white. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? Yeah. So definitely give those a look if you guys are fans of the Shower Blows. Those are available now. And then we also see a lot of those same colors available in the Flat Force. So this is one of our best-selling crankbaits. Really excited to get some of these Japan-only colors available in this. And again, some of those ghost patterns, Queen Shad, Ghost Gill, or Young Gill as they call it. So some super dupe colors of the Flat Force Japan-only colors available now. All right, some new super dupe stuff from Evergreen. We'll just keep that going. Sound good?
Good.
All right. Last Ace 95F now available. Now, the Last Ace 95F is, as you can imagine, 95 millimeters. The F stands for floating. Now, we've been carrying the Last Ace in some of the other sizes for a while, and they've been more like bigger, legit like fluke swim bait type sizes. I'm gonna open up this package so you guys can take a look at this guy. This is one that, you know, Griffon and I have been talking about this one for a while, that we've been trying to get in because it's definitely more of a finesse size, right? So you can see it's pretty small. It's made out of like a thermoplastic type material, so it's very durable, but it floats on the surface. So, you know, in Japan, the way they're fishing this, you can do a bunch of different things with it. You can certainly fish it like a fluke. You can wacky rig it and basically just shake it on the surface, and that bait just kind of quivers on the top of the water, just like kind of a dying bait fish. You were playing with the hover shot earlier, right? So, you know, you love that rigging. So a lot of different things that you guys can do with this bait. Does have that little kind of mini wedge tail on the back. It's available in a handful of colors, so I think you guys will enjoy using this. Excited to get it in. So that's the Last Ace 95 from Evergreen Japan. We also see a brand new soft plastic edition from Evergreen this week in the I-Macho. Now, this is going to be a definite scoop up for you guys that are fishing smallmouth. This is one of the cooler baits to imitate like a little bottom dwelling fish. So I always think, you know, bottom dweller, I always think goby. So they come with two of these little Kit Kat containers. So basically eight baits per package. Let's open one up and I will show it to you guys closer here. It's got a little bit of scent, a little bit of that squid scent to it. But there you go. So you can see it's got kind of that goby-ish shape to it. Again, designed to use on a drop shot. You could use it as a jig trailer. It's got the multiple, kind of grooves and articulation on the top, and it's got this kind of special kind of wedge tail on the back. It's just going to give it a unique action. So if you guys are looking for something small and finesse to, tricks, I say smallmouth. Of course, anything's going to eat this. You guys are fishing largemouth or whatever, that's great. But I see this bait and I think smallmouth. Right? This just screams smallie. So again, it's available in I think 15 different colors. Anywhere from green pumpkins to shads to pro blues and watermelons and that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for something different, a new finesse bait, the I-Macho might be the deal for it. It's 2.8 inches. I-Macho available now. All right, and finally from Evergreen Japan this week, we see a return of our best-selling frog from them. This is the Evergreen Kicker Frog. Now, we see it in the original Kicker Frog, and then we also see the return of the Kicker Frog Junior as well. So, just to spec out the difference, the original Kicker Frog is 5.8 centimeters, 13 grams, so more like a true half-ounce frog. This guy is 48 millimeters, 8 grams, okay? So a little bit more than a quarter ounce. Now, the Kicker Frog, I'll open one of each up here for you guys, just in case you're not familiar with it. I think most of you guys are by now. This is another one of those that we don't get in very often. So if this is something you've been waiting for, or maybe this is the first time you've seen it, haven't heard of the Kicker Frog, this is one that you definitely want to add to your arsenal. So the Kicker Frog comes with one single hook. Now, this is amazing at coming through cover, and the hookup ratios on this thing are spectacular. Like, you almost never miss a bite with this once you get them to bite. So, you know, great to have these guys back. They're available in, you know, traditional frog type colors, as well as some of these like furry kind of mouse type colors, which is super dope. Now, you'll also notice that on the Kicker Frog, there's this little kind of hole right there, right? Little mounting little piece, almost like an additional eye. Now, you can attach different things to there, and specifically, which is dope, is Evergreen makes these tune-up blades for that. Now, there's all kinds of frogs on the market that you can use these on. You can use them on care frogs, use them on different things, but if you wanted to add a little blade to that back end there just to give it some flash and a little bit of noise, you can add the Evergreen tune-up blade to there just to give yourself a different look. So, Kicker Frog Junior, tune-up blades, everything in stock now, so you guys can have a great time getting them on this late season frog bite, available now from Evergreen. Okay, and finally, let's jump over to some rods. A few key rods, restocks that you guys should know about. And while we are on rods, a lot of you guys have been waiting on this guy. So this is the Megabass Triza travel bag. So the Triza is the Triza R, the amazing multi-piece travel rod from Megabass. The travel bag is just a great one for storing. You can store multiple Trizas in here. You can keep the reels on and utilize the straps inside so you can store it. It's a semi-hard case, so it's structured, so it's easy to, you know, keep in your truck or your car. You can fly with this thing. It's great. It does have an external pocket here as well, so if you want to keep some loose odds and ends in there, you can. So if you've been waiting for the Triza travel bag, those are back in stock now from Megabass. All right, also from Megabass Japan, we see a return of two really important spinning rods. So first up, the Silver Shadow 611 medium spin. Now, the Silver Shadow comes from their saltwater line, and it's a great one for you guys that are surf casting, some of those, you know, saltwater jerkbaits that we were talking about. This is a great one to have. But this is an amazing rod for freshwater too. This is really the only spinning rod for throwing a jerkbait that I have in my arsenal. It's just a great spinning reaction bait rod. So it's designed for throwing treble hook baits. You can see it's got that nice kind of parabolic bend, but not too soft, right? So it's got a nice soft tip. It bends through the middle, but then it has plenty of power down here. So it has a lure rating of up to 30 grams, which is over an ounce. So very easily, right in its wheelhouse, would be things like 110, 110 plus 1, X80 Magnum, all those, you know, full-size jerkbaits, great for this thing. So if you guys are looking for a spinning rod for throwing a jerkbait, Silver Shadow 611 medium, definitely one to consider adding. And then we also see a restock this week of the sexiest rods on the planet. This is the ARMS Super Ligara in the spinning version. So we re-inventoried these earlier this week. A lot of them have already been flying out of here. But the ARMS Super Ligara, if you guys remember, this is the true $1,000 spinning rod. They're expensive. but they're all custom built. They're all hand built. They feature this amazing, carbon, reel seat there. They have, the dragon on there. Just beautiful, beautiful styled rods. So if you guys have been waiting for these to come, this is the 7003 XS. So just spec it out, 7 foot, 16th ounce to half ounce, 4 to 12 pound line. So this is the rod that we refer to as being basically like a baby windbuster in power and action. So it's a little bit lighter than a windbuster, which makes it a great one for drop shot. Great one for, some of the lighter line like Neko rig, that kind of stuff. Just a beautiful, beautiful rod. So if you guys have been looking for the most elevated spinning rod on the market, this is it. The ARMS Super Ligara spinning, back in stock for now from Megabass. All right, and while we are on kind of 7 foot medium spinning rods, finally we're starting to see a trickle of NRX Pluses come through. So if you guys have pre-ordered and have been waiting, majority of them have been filled. There's still a few models that we're not seeing come in yet that hopefully we should start seeing trickle. But finally we're to that point where, some of the models are actually sticking. So we filled, pre-purchases, and now some are getting to the rack. And one of those is the 852S JWR. So this has always been one of our most popular models in NRX. So now the NRX Plus just elevates it a little bit. So this is a true medium. This is kind of the rod that everybody out here uses as their go-to finesse rod, their drop shot rod, their Ned rig rod. It's a little bit more powerful than the true, Loomis DSR or drop shot rod. The DSR rod from Loomis is designed for like light line, lightweight, nose hooks, right? But it's too wimpy to really handle like 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce, 7-8 pound rebarb hook, weedless presentations, where the 852 JWR handles it brilliantly. So if you guys have been waiting on a high-end Loomis, they're super light. I mean, weighs nothing, ultra sensitive. Obviously, NRX is famous for that. The new NRX Plus 852 JWR in stock now. All right, and then finally this week, we see a small restock, and we should see a big restock coming of these guys. I know a lot of you guys are fans of the Gan Craft killer rods. This is one that is definitely one of my favorites of the lineup. This is a super dope rod if you guys throw weedless swim baits. Okay, so if you guys are throwing things like, I don't know, Magdraft Freestyle, any of that 6-7 inch stuff, 1 to 3 ounce, right, is really where this is going to come into play. This is the Dead Sword. Okay, so this is the 7 foot 1 inch extra heavy, and again, it's 1 to 3 ounces. You can see it's styled with all of the Gan Craft's sexy styling there. It's got just a beautiful tip to it, so that nice kind of tip. If you guys are familiar with Megabass rods, I think this is very similar, like a perfect pitch type tip, where it's got just that nice little tip on the top, so the loading is good and the rest of it is very powerful. So just a beautiful rod, something different, something elegant, but those are back in stock. Just spec it out, 1 to 3 ounce, 16 to 30 pound line. So super dope. Check it out from Gan Craft Japan, the Dead Sword, back in stock. All right, my friends, that is a wrap. That was a lot of stuff, Griff.
Big one.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you made it to the end and got to check everything out. Cheers to you guys. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Of course, if you have questions on anything we covered, drop it down below in the comments and I will get to it. I would say Griff will leave links to the products below, but I'll go ahead and put links to the products below. Griff ain't gonna do shit. He won't even have a beer with me.
Not a damn.
Come on, guy. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Guys, thank you for the business. Thank you for the support. Until next time, Jeff will be back. You guys might have to do this solo. I think I'm going to go fishing next week. I'm going to pull a Jeff next week.
Oh, fuck.
You got this next week?
I'm going fishing too.
Okay, let's go. All right, we'll leave it to Jeff. Yeah, it's Jeff's priority. All right, guys, until next week, we will see you soon. Take care. Have a great weekend, everyone. Peace.